That's not being calm at all, Estelle. I had something to speak with Father Divine about, so I was over at the chapel, and when I came home, it was rather odd for no one to greet me at the door, so I looked around, and the rooms are in a state of great disarray. Wait, what about your wife and Lita? Don't worry, they're both fine. I found them locked up in the attic room. That's a relief to hear. It's lucky that no harm came to anyone. It won't get us anywhere just sitting around here, so could you take us to the crime scene, Mayor Klaus? Absolutely. I appreciate your cooperation. Wait for me, I'm going too. Good idea. We may be able to be of some help. Well, if you insist. Anna, we'll be at Anna's place. We'll be at the mayor's place investigating the incident. If you have anything come up, just toss it on Ridge's shoulders. I'm sure he's just relaxing at the bar anyway. Yes, I'll do that. And everyone, be careful. It looks like we got a robbery on our hands. Wow, that... Talk about a mess. The crooks really tore through here. Look at the safe! The Septian, which was supposed to be given to Her Majesty, the Queen, has been stolen. I'm really sorry, especially after having you go to all the trouble to bring it here. It's not you who should be apologizing, it's the crooks who are in the wrong. By the way, how are the other rooms in the house? The other rooms, for the most part, appear to have been left untouched. They're about as messy as the attic room in which my wife and Lita were locked up in. Estelle, Joshua, there's something I want you to do. Which is... I'll speak with the mayor about the incident. I want you two to check the inside of the house. You mean like an on-site investigation? Are you sure we're up to the task? Since we're all here, splitting up would be the best way to cover the most ground, no? Alright, we'll see what we can do. Proceed carefully and deliberately. Alright, Mayor Klaus, how about we talk in the parlor? Woo. Pick up. Sure, now, where to begin? An on-site investigation, huh? I'm starting to get butterflies in my stomach. Now, how about we start from this room? And let's not forget to ask for witness statements from the other residents. Sounds like a plan. Alright. Sounds like this just turned into Murder Case 101. The gift we delivered to the mayor for the Queen is... These crooks are not gonna get away with this. Doesn't look like they jimmied the door either. They must have decrypted the combination and opened it, or... Could they really have cracked the combination? It's not impossible, but I imagine it'd be difficult for anyone besides a skilled pro. My guess is that they figured out the combination using a much simpler means. What do you mean by simpler means? Well, let's see. They could have, for example, dusted the buttons with a special powder. A powder like that would have absorbent properties, and due to its fineness, it would be invisible to the naked eye. However, if a blue light were placed over it, it would glow. Alright, and... Now, let's imagine for a minute that the mayor entered the combination with the powder present. The powder on the buttons would stick to his fingers and come off. This would be one way to know which buttons were pressed. Now, wait a minute. Wouldn't they still not know the order in which the buttons were pressed? That's not exactly the case. As the powder collected on the fingers increased, the amount taken from the buttons would decrease. In other words, the crooks would press the buttons in order starting from the least luminescent. It might be a little more difficult as there are duplicate numbers, but the crooks should be able to make a pretty good guess as to what they are. That makes sense. Joshua, are you a genius or something? That's just basic knowledge. Anyway, let's check out the buttons. Just as I thought, powder was used. Now there's no doubt in my mind that the safe was opened using the same method I just explained. Oh, right. Now the big question is, who dusted the buttons with powder? We know it would have to have been at least someone who visited the residence. Right. Now figuring out who that is, that's gonna be the tricky part. Alright, let's see. Let's check the books here. This place is all torn apart. Lita would probably faint if she saw this. Looks like all the books on the shelf has been scattered around the room. Seems kind of senseless to have done all this. I wonder why this is all like this. It's just like the mayor to have a ton of difficult books like this. Looks like she's got some valuable antique books here as well. The criminals either had no idea about the value of these books, or... Now this is just a clutter box, right? It's empty as well. The box looked like it was burned off. The criminals may have used an orbital gun. Burned off, huh? Interesting. It's just like the mayor to have a ton of difficult books like this. Oh, looks like that's the same dialogue, different spot. Good job. Okay, let's, my question is, why does they bother with the books if they're just going after the safe? I don't know. I guess well, that'll be explained in due time, I hope. Are you alright, ma'am? Yes, I'm fine. The intruders weren't violent toward us. Is there anything you noticed in particular about the intruders? They were wearing masks, so I wouldn't be able to tell you about any specific features. That reminds me, I'm certain the front door was locked. I locked the door just to be safe since my husband had gone to the chapel and there were just the two of us here. I wonder how in the world they got in. So the front door was locked. Good to know. I had such a scare. I was cleaning up the attic when suddenly a bunch of masked men came barging in. Masked men, huh? This means this wasn't a one-man job. How many people were in the group? I'd probably guess about 3 or 4? Oh, that reminds me, one of them was short. It might have even been a girl. Okay, so they didn't come in through the front door. And it was about 3 or 4 people. Ooh, there's a thing here. Huh? What's this? Looks like a leaf. Service leaf. Don't you think it's a bit strange for a leaf to be in a place like this? On top of that, it's not a type that grows around here. You're sharp, Estelle. This is the place where the residents were locked up. It was probably dropped by one of the criminals as they were locking everybody up. So, it's a key piece of material evidence, right? If we could figure out where that leaf came from, that might give us a clue to where the criminals came from. Well, let's see, if they didn't come in through the front door, maybe they came in from up here? Look, there's some marks on this railing. You're right, and they're fresh too. Looks like something metal dug into the wood. They could have used like a grappling hook or something, or just attached a rope and threw it up here and climbed the rope. That would sit, and then just got up here and helped themselves to the safe. That would have made sense since they couldn't come in through the front door. Let's see, nobody in here, so let's talk to Sheriff. Are you done investigating? Seems a little too quick to me. Looking around a little more carefully. I'm sure there's something you missed. Okay, back to class. This is what things looked like when I came home. I didn't get a glimpse of the criminals either. Is that it? No? Okay, there's still more I gotta look at. Okay, check the front door, yeah. This is the door was locked at the time of the burglary, right? Doesn't look like the lock's been broken either. Which means they got in another way. We just saw the way about getting up there, so... Anyway, I had the mayor run me through all the details. How about you two? Did you find anything? Yeah, we found lots of new evidence, actually. Alright, let's check the details one by one and see what you come up with. First off, what were the criminals after? They were definitely after the food preserves from the kitchen. Septum in the safe, definitely. How many of them were there? There was a group of 3 or 4. Where'd they get into the house from? From the terrace on the 2nd floor. Point blank, what is the portrait of those thought to have committed the crime? None of those. Definitely not. It's definitely not relatives of Mayor Klaus. Or it could be a traveler that visited recently. That's possible. I'm gonna say that. Wow, you did a good job investigating. Looks like we'll be able to specify who the criminals are with this information. Mayor Klaus, over the past 2 or 3 days, have you had any new faces in your study? When you put it that way, I guess there's been a number of people. That reporter from the magazine company was one. Oh, so those two came to visit you too, huh? But at the time of the crime, they were with us at the Esmeralda Tower. I think we can cross them off the list of suspects. I see. So, Mayor Klaus, were there any others? Other than that, there was only Josette. let's not kid ourselves here. I think it'd be a bit of a stretch for her to be our thief. After all, she's a student at the Royal Academy. Criminals aren't always dressed so they can be easily spotted. As for a school uniform, if someone put their mind to it, they could create a replica. But I'm telling you, she was a really nice girl. She was modest and courteous. Right, Joshua? I'm sorry to say this, but I completely disagree. Huh? During that time, when the mayor put the septum into the safe, that girl's eyes lit up like a hunter's eyeing her prey. Of course, since I had no conclusive evidence, I couldn't call her out on it. But at least to me, she didn't look like any ordinary student. You must be joking. Unbelievable. At any rate, it looks like we're gonna have to ask this girl a few questions. You wouldn't happen to know where she is, would you? If I remember right, she should be staying at the hotel. But she said something about taking off from Roland sometime today. Looks like we're gonna have to hurry then. Estelle, Joshua, let's try the hotel first. Right, understood. I guess we're off to the hotel now. Do you have anything else to say before we go, Klaus? I can't believe something like this happened while I was away. I have also personally asked that the guild conduct the investigation. I apologize for the short notice, but your assistance in this matter would be highly appreciated. Definitely, we'll definitely do this. So, alright. Before we go, though, let's head over to, this is not the way to go. Actually, yeah, it is. Over here to the sewers. I want to go to the sewers real quick, because I want to heal up, because Estelle and Joshua are a little low on the health. Adjust my headset a little bit. Oh, I just ran right into this guy. Also, Sherazard can fight now, which is pretty convenient. You know what, let's show her off a little bit. Actually, she's pretty powerful, actually. She has 440 HP. Level 12, where we're only level 7. Talk about crazy. It's nice to have a new party member, though. Okay. Oh, geez, those two expired. Shoot, I thought they would have longer... Well, I thought those would have a longer term, but I guess they weren't as long as I thought they were. Shoot. Oh well, I'm not gonna reload my save and do all that. Oh man, I really wish I couldn't have done that. Lee's Highway monster. Okay. Elise Highway, wherever that is. Okay, it's back here. So you know what? Why don't we go ahead and take care of this? Oh, unless Shara won't let us do that. Okay, never mind. We can't do that right now. It might be too late to do that. Great. Kind of annoyed that we let those two expire, because I thought they'd have a much longer time period. Estelle, Joshua, and even Sherazard. Is something the matter? Do you remember a girl named Josette? She's a student from the Royal Academy who should be staying here. Of course I remember her, but she checked out just a moment ago. Shoot, we're a minute too late. Let's hurry to the landing port. We might be able to catch her there. She really didn't seem like a bad girl. Looks can be deceiving. And that's a great example. Something did seem fishy. It did seem kind of fishy about the way she was so nice. Please excuse the delay. The airliner should be arriving at any time now, so please be patient. Yo, Alan, it's us if you haven't noticed. Oh, it's you guys. Oh, and Sherazard too. Thank you, Adios, for this feast of the eyes. So, what's up? You didn't by chance happen to see a girl in a school uniform around here, did you? A girl in a school uniform? A school uniform from where? From the Genus Royal Academy. Oh, baby. Those uniforms are so hot. Contrast to those neatly pleated white skirts and navy blue socks. Oh yes, I can see them now. I totally forget what the boys' uniforms look like, though. Wow, this guy. This is one obsession I just don't get. Thus defines man's eternal struggle. Back on topic here, so you didn't see a girl in a Royal Academy uniform? Nope, not this month, and believe me, I watch for those. This guy, man. I check all the passengers boarding and disembarking, so I can tell you at least that she hasn't come here. Which means she came to Roland along the roads without using an airliner. This complicates things. Our search field suddenly got much bigger. Come to think of it, there must be others, so they've got to be hiding somewhere. Wait, that reminds me. What does, Estelle? When's dinner? Oh, I'm halfway tempted to say that, but let's pull out the advice leaf. I almost forgot that we found this. Could this be some sort of clue? Oh right, we did find that. Sure, do you know of any places nearby where service trees grow? Service trees, huh? I'm pretty certain they grow in Mistwald, south of Roland. Mistwald? That's the forest in the opposite direction from home as Roland, right? Seems it's worth looking into. That settles it. Let's hit up the highway through Roland's south gate. You're really excited, aren't you? Well, whatever it is, good luck. Conveniently enough, that's the same direction for that quest that we gotta do, so we'll knock that on the way. Wait up! You're running like a crazed lunatic! Who can just walk at a time like this? Maybe I should think about cutting back on those blasted cigarettes. What are the two of you up to? What's the two of you up to? You kids again, huh? Actually, we've got to get to Bose ASAP. But the airliner's not even here yet. I know. That's why we're heading there on foot. It'll take some time, but it's not a distance we can't cover by ourselves. Well, don't wear yourselves out too badly. By the way, are you after a scoop or something? Yeah, and the mother of all scoops, too. No time to talk. We gotta make it there today. I wonder if Niall's gonna be alright. See you later, Estelle. Joshua. Well, aren't they a lively pair? Friends of yours? Those are the reporters from one of the jobs Dad asked us to take over. I wonder what's going on. Alright, you know, while we're here, but while I'm thinking about it, let's go in here to the general goods. And I didn't really mean to talk to him. Let's see. Ooh, new accessory, huh? Alright, let's see. I wanted to go to the shop real quick because I want to see drill meatball. Okay, we can get marbled steak. Okay. So let's buy a couple of these actually. Let's buy like 5 of these, sure. And what's the other thing we need for a drill meatball? Marbled steak and monster horn is the other thing. Wonder. Okay, we have 3 monster horns. Okay, I should have just waited. Should have only got 3 marbled steak. Oh well. But anyway, we got the. Why don't we just go ahead and make those? And then we have 2 extras for if we get some more monster horns. All right, and then let's see. How many tier? We have 6 tier bombs, so we're good with tier bombs for now, I think. Onward. Still miffed about these expired quests here. See, this one was not very hard to do. The Lost Kitten one wasn't very hard to do. And then the Mushroom Hunt, this was also not very hard to do. I think this one we actually would have had to go to Mistwald early to do this. Whatever. I might actually, you know what? I might actually reload a save, one of my old saves, and go back and do those in the next episode. I might actually do that. And then I'll replay up to this point. It depends on if I feel like doing them. I mean, I'm not gonna be doing this. This is not gonna be 100% run by any stretch of the imagination, but I'd like to do those quests because they do give some good stuff. Ooh, here's the monster, and he's right in our way too. So we're gonna have to beat him no matter what. So why don't we save it here? Over here, and let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and fight this guy. I was trying to decide if I want to fight him, so let's do it. Alright, let's see. Does this guy have any weaknesses? No, he is not weak to anything. So let's clock up Joshua. Let's see, what kind of arts does Shara have? Okay. She has fire and wind. Ooh, very wind berry. Agility plus 50%. Pretty good. Craft, Sylphin Whip. Okay. Alright, let's just have her attack. 96, not bad. And you know what? Let's have Estelle Morale boost our strength.
Come on.
I don't usually use that kind of stuff, but for a long battle like this, it'll be helpful. Ooh, 144. That hurts. You know what we haven't done? Where we haven't gone is the arm shop. I haven't actually bought any equipment or anything. I probably should go do that. Actually, that would be pretty smart. We'll do that after I kill this guy, probably. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and heal Estelle. Rather play it a little safe. Alright, come on. I think Shira will be able to finish him off this turn. Yep, there we go. That was easy.
Seems you came up short.
Alright. Let's go back and report that. The only bad thing is if I do decide to go back and do those quests, I'll have to redo that one, but that's okay. That wasn't that hard of a battle. Plus, I should only be able to go back to like 1 or 2 saves. It should be okay. That's only like 20 minutes lost, maybe. Whatever. Doesn't matter too much. Let's go back and report this, and then I'll just redo all this. Probably go back, and that's what we'll do next time, I think, because I definitely really would like to go do those quests. So yeah, and we'll also go buy some more equipment. So let's report. No. Report this. All right. I kind of skipped through that. All right. Next time on I almost said Legend of Zelda. Legend Heroes Trails in the Sky. We're gonna go back and do those quests that expired because I'm an idiot, and then we're going to press onward and go down to Mistwald. So I will see you guys in the next time. Good job. In the next episode. Bye now.